Let's talk a bit about Tinder. From what I gather, very popular on college campuses. People have likened it to the pre-Facebook app that Mark Zuckerberg developed, Hot or Not. A little bit controversial, of course. Would it be not more accurate, perhaps, instead of calling it a dating app, to call it a hookup app?
No, actually, I would go on the opposite end of the spectrum. Tinder is about helping you meet people around you, so discover those around you. Our intention is really to assist you in figuring out who is somebody you might be interested in, and understand who has an interest in you back, and then facilitate a connection and allow you to communicate with them.
So pictures are involved here. Explain to us what you mean by interest, because a lot of cynics will say, oh, it's just a matter of looking around you. Your app lets you look at the people around you, look at their pictures, and on the basis of that and potentially other things, decide if you're interested. Isn't that right?
Yes, it tells you who your common friends are with the individual, what are your common interests with the individual. So, it starts with the photo, but you can go much deeper and really understand who the person is. And finally, if you both have a mutual interest in each other, you can have a conversation with them and learn more about the person.
So until you get to that point, there's an anonymity around it, right?
Exactly. I mean, we really designed Tinder to emulate the way people meet in the real world. You start with a face, and you start to learn more and understand where you and that person have sort of common interests, common friends, common social circles, and from there you proceed to learn more about the person and communicate with them. So we designed it to sort of be very familiar to people and how they interact on a daily basis.
Well, you've attracted the attention of Barry Diller and IAC, the company, as we mentioned, behind Match.com. That's certainly not insignificant, but the one thing people will want to know if they're looking at your company and trying to understand it as a business is how you're going to generate revenue. I don't see any ads there. Do you have any revenue?
Today we don't. Our focus is on building a great product and amassing a large audience that believes in that product. And once we feel that we've achieved sort of what we've set out to do with the product vision, then we'll start to explore routes of monetization.
And would you do that through advertising? There are so many different vehicles for ads, clearly, and not just traditional online ads, but I could mention Facebook, I could mention Twitter, very much trying to find its way into the advertising business. Is it going to be ads? And if it's not ads, how else might you be able to generate revenue from this model?
Sure. So it's likely not going to be ads. The way we would likely generate revenue from this model is through a form of in-app purchase. So, what those various in-app purchase mechanisms are yet, we have a lot of ideas.
Give us an example. What would be an in-app purchase? What would somebody do that would end up paying you a fee or a commission or something of that nature?
So let's say you see a girl that you like, that you have an interest in, and you want to capture her attention. We might let you send her a virtual gift within the app, or maybe a virtual note before she's even liked you back. So there are different mechanisms, different ways, or different features that we would give people, but give them for a fee.
A virtual gift, kind of like Farmville?
Almost, kind of, not dissimilar. However, it's going to be things and features that are native to our environment and native to Tinder. So basically, our revenue model is about the way we see it, about adding value, right? We don't want to take away value through the form of ads. We want to give users better ways to communicate, and at some point, we might charge for that utility.